Alright, now that we've learned our major scales and our major chords, now I'm going to show you how to take the major chords that you know, all 12 major chords, and convert them so that they can be other chords that you need to play. For example, minor, dominant 7, major 7, minor 7, augmented, and suspended 7. I'm going to show you how you can play a major chord and convert that particular major chord into any one of these chords that I just mentioned. Okay, now let's first start off with the major chord again. This is how I want you to play it. You're going to play the triad with your right hand, the first, the third, and the fifth, the 1, 3, and 5 with your right hand, and with your left hand you're simply going to play the root of the chord, and the root of the chord is just simply the 1 or the first of the chord. So that would be your root. And for our purposes, for the system that I'm showing you, play the root with your left hand and play the triad or the 3-note chord with your right hand. Alright, now this is how we play the major chord. Now let's first talk about how to convert this major chord to a minor chord. You take your middle note, which is this E here, and you move it to your left or you move it down 1/2 step or to the very next note. So we would move to this E flat here. Now this is C minor. This is a C minor chord, and all I did again was take the middle note and move it to my left or move it down 1/2 step. Now let's go to a new key. This is the key of F. This is the F major chord. Now, if I want to play the F minor chord, I simply take this middle note, which is A, and move it to my left or move it down 1/2 step or to the very next note, and that makes it F minor. Okay, let's do one more. This is the B flat major chord, and again, if I want to make this B flat minor, a B flat minor chord, I simply take the middle note and move it down 1/2 step to D flat, and that makes it B flat minor, the B flat minor chord. So that's how you convert a major chord to a minor chord. Now let's talk about how to convert a major chord to a major 7 chord. Okay, let's go back to the key of C. Now the way in order to convert a major chord to a major 7 chord, you simply take the 1 in your right hand and move it to your left or move it down 1/2 step. So I will move this C to B and play all of that together, and that makes it C major 7. C major 7. Okay, let's change keys. Let's go to the key of F. Okay, now this would be F major. Now in order to convert this from major to major 7, again I would take the 1 in my right hand, or the root of the chord, which is F in this case, and move it to my left or move it down 1/2 step. So we move from this F to the E here, and that would be F major 7. Alright, let's do one more. Let's go to the key of B flat major. Now, if I want to convert this B flat major chord to the B flat major 7 chord, I will simply take this B flat here, which is the 1 of my triad that I'm playing, and move this down or to my left 1/2 step, which is just one note, to this A here. So from B flat to A, nothing else changes, and this would be B flat major 7. So that's how you can convert a major chord to a major 7 chord. Alright, let's go on to the next chord. Let's go on to dominant 7. Let's go back to the key of C. Now, in order to convert a major chord to a dominant 7 chord, you simply take the root and move it down a whole step, or you move it to your left a whole step. And again, a whole step is just 2 keys. So from our root, 1 and 2. So we'll move from this C to this B flat here. That would be a whole step down or a whole step to our left. And when I play all that together, that is C dominant 7. C dominant 7. Let's try another key. Let's go to the key of A. Alright, now this is the A major chord. Alright, now we want to convert this A major chord to an A dominant 7 chord. Now the way that we do it, we take the root or the 1 with our right hand and we move it to our left or move it down 1 whole step. So a whole step is 2 keys, 1, 2. And so we would move from A to G, and that makes it A dominant 7. Okay, so that's how you convert a major chord to a dominant 7 chord. Now let's keep moving. Let's convert a major chord to a minor 7 chord. Let's go back to the key of C. This is C major. In order to make it a minor 7 chord, we're going to move 2 keys instead of just 1 now. Alright, now first key, we're going to move this middle note again to the left or down 1/2 step, just like in C minor or a minor chord. We're going to move the middle note down 1/2 step, and then we're also going to take the 1 of the chord and move that down to the left 1 whole step. So 2 keys, 1 and 2. And that makes it C minor 7. That makes it a minor 7 chord. Now let's try a different key. Let's go to the key of E flat. Now this is the E flat major chord. Now what we want to do is convert this major chord to a minor 7 chord. So instead of E flat major, we will be playing E flat minor 7. So first thing again, we take this middle note, move it to our left 1/2 step. So we would go to G flat. And then we would take this 1 or the root of the chord here with our right hand and move it down to our left 1 whole step, which is 2 keys, 1, 2. So it would be D flat, from E flat to D flat. And so this would be E flat minor 7. Okay? All right, let's move on to the next chord. Let's talk about the augmented chord. Now, the augmented chord is simply taking, when you convert it from a major chord to an augmented chord, you just simply take the 5th of the chord and move it up or to your right 1/2 step. So you have a 1, a 3, and a sharp 5. And that makes it augmented. That's an augmented chord. So let's try it in a different key. Let's try it in the key of F. Okay, this is the 1st, the 3rd, and the 5th. And we just take the 5th tone and we move it up or to our right 1/2 step to the very next note. And that makes it augmented. So that's how you figure out an augmented chord. Now, one more chord we're going to talk about for right now. The suspended 7th chord. Okay, let's go back to the key of C. Now, in order to play a suspended 7 chord with the system that we're using right now, you have to move 2 keys. And you take the middle note and you move it to your right 1/2 step to the very next note up. So we're going to move from E to F, which is a 1/2 step to the right. And now we're going to take the 1 or the root of the chord with our right hand and move it down 1 whole step, which would be from C to B flat. And that makes it suspended 7. So this would be C suspended 7. So again, you move your middle note up to your right 1/2 step, and you move the root of the chord to your left 1 whole step. All right, let's do that in one more key. In the key of D flat. All right, we're going to take our middle note or our 3rd here, and we're going to move it up 1/2 step to G flat here. And we're going to take the 1 or the root of the triad, and we're going to move it down 1 whole step to the left. 1, 2. And that makes it suspended 7. So I want you to practice these chords in every key: the major chord, the minor chord, the major 7 chord, the dominant 7 chord, the minor 7 chord, the augmented chord, and the suspended 7 chord. And you want to comfortably be able to play these chords in every key. So remember, we start off with playing all 12 scales, then all 12 major chords, and then once we get a good grasp of all the major chords, then we use the system in order to convert the major chords to all of these particular chords that we just went over.